One of the biggest myths we've bought into, especially when it comes to relationships and attraction, is this idea that the right line will win her over. Like there's some secret phrase, some polished sentence, that if said in just the right tone, will unlock a woman's desire. And this is where most men go wrong. They become actors in a role, trying to perform confidence rather than live it. But here's the truth. What you say only becomes powerful when it's backed by intent. Real, grounded intent. Women don't respond to the line. They respond to the energy behind the line. If your words are hollow, just something you picked up from TikTok or a dating coach's script, she'll sense that. Maybe not consciously. Her body and intuition will reject it, because women are biologically wired to detect congruence. And when your words don't match your internal state, it breaks trust, even in subtle ways. Let me make this simple. You don't need game. You need clarity. When a man speaks with intent, there's no performance. He's not thinking. What's the cleverest thing to say? He's thinking. What do I actually feel right now? What truth am I holding back that would free both of us if I just said it out loud? That kind of honesty is magnetic, because very few people, not just men, are that courageous. Most of us hide behind what's safe, what sounds cool, or what might get a predictable response. But the moment you speak from a place of "this is who I am, and this is what I mean," the whole dynamic shifts. Let me give you an example. Imagine a man walks up to a woman and says, "You're really beautiful. I just had to say hi." That's fine. It's polite. But it's also generic. Now imagine he says, "I noticed the way you carried yourself. It was confident but calm. I like that energy. I just wanted to say hello." Do you feel the difference? The second statement isn't just about her looks. It's about her presence. It shows he was actually paying attention. And more importantly, it doesn't sound like something he says 10 times a day to 10 different women. It sounds like he's there, in that moment, fully present, fully sincere. That kind of presence can't be faked. And it doesn't need rehearsing. Here's the psychology behind it. Women, especially high-value women, don't just want attention. They want attuned attention. They want to feel that you're not just seeing them, but understanding them, feeling them, even just a little. That starts with intent. Intent is born out of alignment. When what you say, what you feel, and who you are all moving in the same direction. So if you want your words to have weight, if you want to say something that no woman will resist, stop chasing lines and start cultivating integrity. Speak because you mean it, not because you want a reaction. That energy alone will separate you from 99% of men, because most are still performing instead of being. And here's the kicker: when you stop performing, you become unpredictable. And that makes you unforgettable. So the next time you think about what to say to a woman, don't ask yourself, what will impress her? Ask, what is real for me right now that she needs to hear? Speak from that place. And you'll never need a pickup line again. We often assume that attraction is about saying the right words to the right person at the right time. And while timing and delivery do matter, what really leaves a lasting impression, what truly captivates a woman, is when you notice something no one else sees. You see, women hear compliments all the time. From the moment they step out of their house, someone's commenting on their appearance. "You're beautiful, nice smile, love your dress." And while those comments might feel flattering in the moment, quickly fade into the background. Why? Because they're interchangeable. One woman could easily be swapped for another, and the compliment would still stand. When you say something that recognizes her uniqueness, something that reflects who she is and not just what she looks like, everything changes. Let me show you the difference. Saying, "You have a nice smile," is fine. But saying, "There's something about your smile that feels like you've been through a lot, but still choose joy," now that gets remembered. Why? Because it's not just a compliment. It's a mirror. You've reflected something deeper about her, something she may not even articulate about herself. Feels true when you say it. This is where presence becomes power, when you're truly observing, not just looking, noticing. You'll start to pick up on details that most men overlook. How she pauses before she speaks, the way she lights up when she talks about something she cares about, or even the way her energy shifts when she walks into a space. These things are invisible to the average man, but they're everything to her. Psychologically speaking, we are drawn to people who reflect back our sense of self. Carl Jung once said, The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, they're transformed. So when you speak to a woman in a way that shows her she's seen, not just visually, emotionally and intellectually, that's where the transformation begins. That's when connection moves from shallow to deep. There's a subtle trap here I want you to avoid. Don't use this as another tactic. Don't start fishing for obscure compliments just to sound different. She'll feel that too. The key is curiosity. Real, grounded curiosity. If you're genuinely interested in her as a person, not as a prize, not as an ego boost, not as a checklist item, then your words will come from an honest place. And it's that honesty that creates intrigue in relationships. And even before they begin, women are scanning for emotional intelligence. They're listening for the man who isn't just attracted to the package, but to the essence. The one who can say something like, "The way you explain things, it's clear you think deeply." That's rare, and mean it. It's not about being poetic. It's about being perceptive. Because in a world full of generic compliments, the most irresistible thing you can say is something only you could have noticed. Something specific, something thoughtful, something rooted in truth. And when you do, she won't just feel admired. She'll feel understood. That's a completely different kind of attraction. That's the point. If she feels understood, she'll lean in. If she feels seen, she'll remember you. And if she feels unique in your presence, no part of her will want to leave. So don't just compliment what's obvious. Speak to what's uncommon.